See if you can get the little guys out without Ramlethal disrupting you.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of characters in this game that don't necessarily have high-low mix-ups or even side-switch mix-ups, so they really rely on pumping up that risk gauge and then getting a hit maybe off some kind of PRC mix-up, right?
Yeah, and Jacko, for what it's worth, does have some pretty slick mix-ups, but most of them are post-hit. Like, she needs to get the knockdown first, and she needs to get a good knockdown. So the difficulty of cracking Ram's neutral is going to be the wall to get to those mix-ups. So we'll see if Twan is ready to navigate the neutral and get there.
Okay, burst early.
2Dammed taking the corner pressure immediately. Already looking real good.
Yeah, checks the burst with that duck. I like it.
And this is where things get real tough.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, man.
Has to burst. Burst or die.
You're never ready for the first Rekka against Ram, right? You should be IBing technically, but it's so easy.
Tough.
It's so hard, you know?
You have to IB the second hit and grab the third, and you can't react to whether the spacing is right or not.
Yeah, she can mix up the timing, the dash cancels.
You have to basically dial in the grab, so if you're wrong and Ram is just a little bit out of range of the grab, you get counter hit and you explode.
Yeah. Okay, big knockdown here from Jacko. This is her chance. Not able to get a good setup there.
And the Ramlethal corner pressure has begun.
Yeah, and you know, Ram doesn't really have to do anything very special. She doesn't have to check much, right? She's not dealing with a reversal option here, so.
Yeah, she just gets to run her game. Yeah. If Ramlethal just gets to run her game, it is a terrifying thing to behold.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, that could be the general theory here, but you might as well gold burst against Ram because in general, bursting her combos is not the greatest, right?
Yeah, it's rough. There's a lot of auto bait points. Yeah, look at that. 2Dammed saying, you know, I'm the aggressor here. I'm going to burst you into the corner and get my gameplay started, and they are reaping the rewards of their choice.
This is the situation you want to avoid, right? So maybe even bursting earlier in the round to prevent this might be a good idea.
Unfortunately, this round there just wasn't a good time. At this point, Twan probably going to save the burst.
Yeah.
Ooh, the overhead. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, the PRC forward setup is so hard to deal with, both the low and the overhead combo into the explosion. 5H. Oh no. You could hear the crowd audibly gasp even back from the commentator booth.
Okay, yeah, gonna spend the meter on the last Rekka, obviously.
Punish with the far slash, staggered lows.
There's the
first had to
oh
come
my
out.
gosh,
No.
double swords to the face!
This is just death. It's over.
Woo!
One mistake against Ramlethal anywhere on the screen, and you're in the corner with the wall about to break behind you.
Just let me summon my dudes, please.
Yeah,
you know,
please.
let me play the game.
I would like to get my friends out. Going back to character select, even if they don't swap characters, it's a great choice in order to, you know, give yourself a second to decompress. And the Giovanna switch. This is interesting stuff. This is also what Apology Man has been doing against Ram, switching to Giovanna. Lord Knight switching to Giovanna for matchups like this.
Yeah.
Gio just seems to be, for a lot of people right now, the Ramlethal counter pick.
Yeah, and pretty good against Happy Chaos too, right? So it's interesting in Stride because right now there's a few characters that aren't necessarily top tier, but they do well against the top tiers, right?
And Giovanna is a very approachable character to play, very straightforward game plan. So it's a strong pick against some of the top tiers that doesn't take, like, you know, you need a master's degree to play Zato, right?
Yeah. Basically, she's strike, throw, what you got, you know.
But the risk of making a character swap this late in the set is that your opponent is 2 games warmed up with their character, and you need to warm up to your counter pick with 1 game left.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Oh, double.
The double. Daily double, and Twan is in trouble.
Yeah, it's tough when Ram has such good round starts.
In the corner again, this is looking real tough for Twan. Gets put by the overhead. I like that. 2Dammed choosing not to break the wall. Just keep their corner pressure going, baiting the burst, and that's going to be the set.
Checkmate. Woo. That's rough. I think Ram's one of those matchups where you might get by playing lower level Rams against, and you might not think you have to like lab against certain things, and then you play against a really good Ram and you're like, okay.
Yeah, this is all airtight.
Yeah, this is all airtight. I didn't lab against this setup. That kind of stuff. And those little things that separate, how well you play this matchup are super important, right?
Especially against a character like Ram where every time she's right, it funnels into a very stable combo that does a ton of damage, breaks the wall, and just due to how Ram works, after wall break, oftentimes she just puts you right back in the corner.
Yeah, I think the key there is to make Ram play neutral, The worst thing you can do is stand in front of Ram, and just block, right?
Yeah, just
so
letting her push you into the corner with the projectiles is a recipe for disaster.
Right. It's tough, but giving Dirworth looks, even super jumping once in a while, keep Ram honest, because it's gonna be really rough.
Yeah, and that might not even be in your favor, but it's a better situation than getting yourself walked into the corner and blocking her there. If you want to take a hit anywhere, it's mid-screen.
That's true.
Where you're not going to
that's a good point.
Guaranteed get juggled by the sword explosion into wall break.
Yeah. I always find it interesting that Rams, because a lot of her moves move her forward, right? And so she's gaining meter at the same time. That's really rough.
Her meter build is so huge, especially on that Rekka.
Yeah, right?